So in today's session, we will be discussing how we can create forms to collect some data from site visitor by using a form tag. Whatever the form we are going to create in HTML, it will take input from the site visitor and then it will post the collected data to some applications called as CGA, ASP script or PHP script. All these script are nothing but server-side application which is used by a server machine. Normally, to collect some data from the user, we are going to create what HTML form. To create HTML form, we use what form tag. So to create an HTML form, we have to use the following syntax. The syntax follows like this. We have to use a form tag. As you are able to see here, I'm going to write a form tag here. Along with the form tag, I need to use action attribute. So in this action attribute, I need to specify the script URL. As you observe what I said, a form will take input from the site visitor and then it will post those data to a backend application such as CGI, ASP script or PHP script. So these are nothing but server-side applications which are used to process the collected data. So what we need to do in this action attribute, we need to specify the script URL here. So where actually my collected data has to transfer for next further processing. That program URL or that script URL I need to specify here. And after this, along with the form tag, we must use a method attribute. Normally, this method attribute will accept only the value either get or post. Any one value I can specify along with a method attribute. Either I can pass what get or either I can pass a post as a value in the method. And as usual, this is what the opening tag of a form, and this is what a closing form of a tag. In between these tags, I can include what different form elements. So like assume that I want to accept some input text, or else I want to accept some text area. Or else I want to include some radio buttons, checkboxes, etc. So those are nothing but called as a form elements. I can include whatever the form elements I want to include in my web page. So those form elements can be included in between a form tag. So I repeat once again, the HTML forms are required to collect what? Some data from the visitor or user. And to create HTML form, we are using a form tag. Along with the opening tag of a form tag, we are using what? Action attribute and method attribute. In action attribute, we can specify the value of a script URL, and in a method attribute, we can specify a value either get or post. And in between form tags, I can specify whatever the form elements I want to include in my web document, so that I can place here. So this is what a general syntax to create HTML form by using a form tag. So now let us see what are the form elements I can include in HTML form. As I said, I can place what various form elements. Then what are the form elements I can include? I can include a text input controls. I can include a checkbox control. I can include radio buttons. I can include a select box. I can include a file select boxes. I can include what the hidden controls. So some of the controls I can make it as a hidden. So such controls are called as a hidden controls. And also I can include what some clickable buttons along with the submit and reset buttons we can create. All these are nothing but different form controls or form elements we can say. In between form tag, we can use these form controls so that I can accept data from a visitor. So as you can observe here, so we are having what a text input controls here. So normally what happens, assume that sometimes I want to accept what first name from the user. So at that time I can include what these text input controls to accept what the name from the user. And also sometimes I want to accept a password from the end user. At that time I can use what a password text input control so that it will accept the password field. And also I can include what a checkboxes. As you can see here, this is what indicating a checkbox, wherein which I can mark the checks here so that multiple options can be selected at the same time by using a checkbox controls. And also I can use what radio buttons. As you can see here, this is what a radio button. This is what a radio button. And with the help of a radio box control, we can accept either one of the option. It will not facilitate the user to select multiple options at the same time. Rather than that, it will allow the user to select only one radio box at a time. And also we can use what a select box control so that I can create a combo box like this, so that user can click on this select box and he can select the item which he wants to select. And also we can include what file select boxes so that user can upload the file from his computer. So at that time I can use what file select boxes so that he can browse through the files and he can upload it. And also along with that, we can create some clickable buttons like this. And also we can create submit and reset buttons like this. So these are what various HTML form controls we can place within HTML form tag. So now let us see how we can create a text input controls. Assume that sometimes I want to accept a single line text. To accept a single line text, hardly I'm going to accept what a single line of a string. At that time, I can use what single line text control. So to include a single line text control, we are using what input text box. And also I can accept a password sometimes, and sometimes I may accept multiple lines of text input. So all these text input controls we can include in HTML form tag. Let us see with an example here. So in this HTML source code, as you can observe, I have used form tag. Try to remember, I cannot directly place form elements without a form tag. Whatever the controls we are going to place, it might be text input control, or it might be password input control, or it might be check boxes, radio box, radio buttons, select box, whatever it may be. Without a form tag, I cannot directly include these input controls. So here, if you observe this source code, so here I'm going to use what a form tag, opening form tag, as you can see here, and respectively I am closing this opening form tag here. And in between, as you can observe here, in between I'm going to place what? Certain form elements. As you can observe here, I am accepting some user ID from the user, and I'm accepting a password, and also I'm accepting a certain description from the user. So whenever I am accepting some input text from the user, at that time what I need to do, I need to use input tag here. As you can observe, here I'm going to use what? Input tag. There is a tag called as input. Along with the input tag, I can specify type attribute. And within a type attribute, suppose if I am accepting a single line text, then the value I need to specify is text here. And I can specify name for this input control box. The name I can specify anything which is suitable for us. So in this case, I am accepting what? User ID. So for that reason, I'm going to specify type as a text here, and I'm going to specify name for this control as user underscore ID. So in this case, what happens? It will accept a single line text as a user ID from the user. And if you observe here, this input tag has been closed here itself. As you can see here, after input tag, I have used type attribute and value I have specified, name attribute and value I have specified, and immediately I am closing this tag by using what? Slash and angle bracket. So please try to remember that this input tag is what? Inline tag we can say, because as we are not defining input tag like this. So this is opening tag of input and this is closing tag of input. We are not doing like this. So normally what happens, we are writing input tag and we are closing the input tag there itself by using what? The input tag like this. So input, angle bracket, input, and after specifying some of the attributes and all, here I am closing like this only. So this is not a content tag. As you can observe here, this form tag is opening here, but it is closing here. In between, it is accepting what? Some of the content for the form tag, isn't it? So whenever we are using a separate opening tag and closing tag, such tags are called as content tag because it is accepting some content in between. Similarly, you can observe here title opening here and title closing tag here, isn't it? But in between it is accepting what? A content here. So it is also called as a content tag. But if you observe this input tag, it is opening there itself and it has been closed here itself. We are not defining separately. We are not defining opening tag separately and we are not defining closing tag separately here. So such tags are called as inline tag. Such tags are called as inline tags because the tag opens there itself and it closes there itself. Similarly, this one, a BR tag is also called as inline tag because there is no separate closing tag for BR tag. So we are simply opening there itself and simply we are closing there itself. Similarly, to include a horizontal line, we use what? HR tag, isn't it? HR tag. So we are using HR tag like this. So that these kind of tags are called as inline tags. So input tag is nothing but inline tag we can say, So along with the input tag, we are using what type attribute. And suppose if I am accepting what a single line text from the user, then I need to specify type as a text here. And I must specify name for this input control. So here I'm going to specify what name as user ID, because as I am accepting user ID from the user. And after this, if you observe, I'm going to include one BR tag here so that it has to go to a next line. It has to break the current line. So after breaking the current line, what it does, it will go to a next line here. And in the next line, what happens, it will print a password here. And after password, I'm going to use one more control, that is input type password. Okay, so here you can observe here, type value I'm going to specify as a password, because now I want to accept what a password. So in the password, what happens, it will not highlight the text what user is going to enter. Instead of that, it will display what dots. In place of a password field, it will display dots. And along with that, I'm going to specify one name for this control as a password. So the name I'm going to specify for this as a password only. And after this, I'm going to use a BR tag so that it will break the line and it will go to a next line here. And when it goes to next line, you can observe here, it is going to define description here. So after this, I want to accept a description from the user. To accept multiple lines, assume that I want to accept address, correspondence address of the user. At that time, within a single line, I cannot accept the entire address. So I require what multiple lines text input. For that reason, I can use what text area. So to accept a multiple line text input, we use what text area control. Text area tag. So here you can observe text area tag opened here, and the closing tag for text area here. Text area is nothing but a content based tag, we can say. Along with the text area, we can use even rows, how many rows it has to define, and how many columns it has to define for the text area. And also, like user ID and password, here I'm going to specify name for this particular text area control. So here I'm going to specify name as description. Okay, so this will accept what a description from the user. So now let us create a sample text input controls by considering one simple example. So let me go to a desktop here. Okay, so let us open one text document. Already I have written some HTML code, which is basically required to write an HTML code. So in the body section, what I will do, assume that I'm going to include one heading tag here, saying that sample form design. Okay. After this, I'm going to close this heading one tag. And after this, I want to include what a form here. So now to create a form, what is the tag required? We require form tag. As you can observe here, we require form tag, and we need to close the form tag immediately. And within this form tag, we can place what several data elements which is required for us. But here in the form tag, what I will write along with the opening tag of a form. So here I'm going to specify what action attribute, and you can specify what the script URL here. So as we are not running this HTML code in the server, So that's why I will consider what one sample script URL I will write. Okay, so this is what a dummy one. So we have not created submit script here. So just for example purpose, I will write here. And along with that, I'm going to write what method here. And let me provide the value as a post here. Either I can use get or post. So here in this case, I'm going to use a post here. And I will show you what is the difference of a get and post. Okay. And now this is what a basic mandatory we need to set for what form tag. And within this form tag, now what I need to do, I need to accept some input from the user. Assume that I'm going to accept what username, password, and address. Okay. So for that, what I will do, I'm going to write here as username, or else let me write as enter your username. Okay, after this I will put a colon here and let us press enter, and after this enter your password I will write and use a colon here, press enter, and after this enter your correspondence address. Okay, so after this I'm going to include what? A colon. So now let me save this with the HTML extension. So I'm going to save on desktop here, saying that a form demo.html. Okay, so now I'm going to click on save, and you can see here in the form desktop it has created form demo HTML. So let me double click on this so that it will open my web document which I have created here. Yeah. So it has opened what HTML. Okay, so HTML form demo. So let me change this form demo. Click on save and reload this. So now you can see title is HTML form demo, and here within that, what I have written, I have included one heading, one tag, and within this I have placed what sample form design. So here it is going to display what sample form design like this, and within this I have included what a form tag. Okay, but I have not placed any of the form elements still now. Just I have included what a certain text here. As you can observe here, enter your username, enter your password, and enter your correspondence address that I have written. But here in this HTML code, HTML web document, it is printing continuously because HTML will not understand where it has to include a new line. So for that, what I need to do, I need to include what? BR tag here. So that it will include what? One break line. It will break the line. Okay. So here I will include what? BR. So now let us save this. Go to HTML document and reload this. Now we can see my form has been created wonderfully. So it has broken down the line so that every field is appearing in new line. But what I need to do, I need to place one control box here, isn't it? So here I need to include what a text input control, and here I need to include what a password field. And after that, I need to accept address here. So for that, what I need to do here, before breaking the line, here I want to include what one input control box. So for that, what I need to do, I need to write what? Input tag. So input type is equal to, so what kind of a input it is accepting? It is accepting a normal text input. And I need to specify name for this. Name is equal to, assume that user name. Okay. So user name. That's it. And I'm going to close this input tag here itself. So what I have written, look at this. I have just written what input type and name I am going to specify. That's it. For this username, I'm going to accept text value, single line text value. So for that type I have specified is text. And I'm going to specify name for this input control box. So the name I'm going to specify is username. You can look at this. There is no space at all in between user and name, because while specifying the name for the controls, I should not leave white spaces in between. Okay. So now I'm going to save this and reload this web page. You can see here in front of username, it has included one field here. So here I can click here and I can write what my username like this. Okay. And similarly, after this, I want to accept a password from the user. So for this, I can include what password field here. So again, what I will do, again, I'm going to copy this line, input tag, and I'm going to paste here. And I'm going to change the name for the control box as password. Okay. So now click save. Click save here and reload this. As you can observe here, it has included two fields. So this is for username, okay, and this is for password. But you can observe here, while entering the password, it is showing me the characters. That is because I have used type as a text both sides. You can observe here. But for password field, what I need to do, I need to change the type as password. Okay. And now let me save this and reload this. Now this is what? Username. Okay. And this one is what? Password. Now you can observe here, I am entering the password here, but it is not showing me the characters. That means what? It is going to hide what the characters I'm going to enter. Okay, so this is what the use of a what? Password. So similarly, I can include what text area to accept address from the user. So for that, what I need to do here, I need to use text area tag. Along with the text area tag, I can use what, how many rows I require. Say, for example, I'm going to include what size as 5, and I'm going to specify columns as 50. Okay, and I'm going to specify name for this text area as address. So I'm going to specify name as address. And this is opening tag of the text area. And press enter here, and I'm going to close this text area here. That's it. So now I'm going to save this and reload this. You can see here, enter your correspondence address. So here I can enter what? My address here. So this is what? The username. And this is what? Password. And here what? I can enter my home address. So if I press enter, it will go to the next line. And here what I can do, I can write my next line address here. And also I can type my PIN code, and I can specify my country like that. So this is what the use of multiple line text input. So that can be achieved with the help of text area tag. So you can look at here what I have written. Text area, rows I need to specify, columns I need to specify, and as usual, the name I need to specify for this control box. And also this is what opening tag of a text area. And within this, I need to close here with a closing tag of a text area. Say for example, in between, suppose I want to display what? Enter your address. Enter your address here. So I want to display by default this particular value in the text area field. So at that time, if I reload this, you can see here, it is showing me enter your address here. So I can click on this and I can what? Type a new address like this. So likewise, I can even set what a default text, what I want to print in the text area tag. So this is all about what, how we can implement text input controls in the form tag. Hope you have understood.